Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're going to be making some gift card holders. I have to make several for Christmas. And I want to show you a few I've done in the past. I've got this Hello Baby. It's a boy. And they're wrapped up because I do sell them at my shop. I'll show you one that's already done here. Let's see. Hello Baby, it's a girl. That one's already open here for you. Open it up, you put your gift card in there. I put a to and from here and then a little saying. And you just tie it up. This is one of my favorites, Mr. and Mrs. I love how the ribbon matches all the colors I chose. So this is cardstock that's glitter. I get most of my cardstock from Michael's. And you open it up. And there's a little stamp saying, and here I just put to and from here. You don't have to put a card here like I did on the other side for the other ones. You just make it your own. There you go. And then I did 2 happy birthdays. I have some more at the shop, but these are just extras I had on hand. And this is another happy birthday. Really heavy cardstock. Right here. It's 100 pound, 300 grams, 8.5 by 11. 100 sheets. This will last forever. One cardstock can get you 2. So this is what it's going to look like after you put everything together. Before you put all your little designing on it. So I'm going to show you how to make that. So what you're going to need is a trim and scoreboard. So you will need to score your cards and you will also need to trim your cards. So I have this the Memory Keepers trim and scoreboard. It's really easy. Right here, you just open this up and you flip this around and that scores and this side trims. All right, you're also going to need some tear and tape. You're going to need a hole puncher, whatever stamps you want to use, your ink, some dot runners to put your ribbon on, and then you'll be cutting out your cards. So I've already done a bunch last night. I'm only going to make one card for you today. Now, for the inside, you don't have to do white. You can just do this and put like a little design on it, which I'm going to do for the kids. Like a little Merry Christmas and maybe some stickers. I do have all these stickers I've gotten from Hobby Lobby. However, they're kind of thick, so I may not use these just because when you fold the card, I want it to be able to fold properly. But normally, you would do 2 3 1/4 of this size, and then you can do so for the front you're going to put like a white and then put your stamp here. The bottom you can put just something like this, and the inside you're going to use white for the inside for the to and from. If you want to do that, you don't have to do that. Let's see, like this one. And then for this, you're going to need a 3 1/4 by 4 inch, and I will put everything in the description. And I cut some of those up. And I did some cute ones like for the kids. And then here's some plain white for stamps. And here is 3/8 ribbon. So I got 2 different types of ribbon. I get mine wherever, anywhere from Dollar Tree to Michael's to online. And I think I said you need a hole punch. That's so you can pull the card out. This is a 2-inch. I would get something smaller. This is the only size they had. It's either too small or too big. So I just got a 2-inch. And I've got my little sidekick. You don't have to have one of these. I have a big shot and a small one. And I love this, love this, love this. What I do is I make a bunch of these up that you can stick on the cards. And I just get my die cuts and I cut these little mini designs for Merry Christmas, stuff like that. Let's see what we can make. So what we're going to do first, we're just going to cut this. Basically, you're just going to cut this straight in half because you're going to need this 4 1/4 by 11 inches. So one sheet makes 2 because this is an 8.5 by 11. So you're going to cut this at like this at the 4 1/4 inch mark. So here's where it lines up. Hopefully you can see that. This is so cool. And then they should be the same size. Sometimes they're off, so I got 2. So this will make 2 cards. So I'm gonna put one away. Let's see which is, this is a good one right here. And then after that, you're gonna flip over this and you're gonna score it. And score it basically just making it where you can fold, making a fold line. Take out my little bone folder. And then, so you score it at 3 1/2, 5 1/2, 7 1/2. So this is the 0 mark when it's here. So 3 1/2, and don't push too hard, or 5 1/2. And 7 1/2. 3, 5, 7, odd numbers. So if you look at this, this is what it looks like. You're going to fold this in half. Fold this in half. Fold this back. Flip it over. Fold this back. All right. So it's going to look like a mountain. All right. So now here's where the tape comes in. So hopefully you can see that. So I'm going to do it one more time. So this is how we score it. 3 1/2, 5 1/2, 7 1/2. Makes these fold lines. You fold it in the middle. Flip back. Flip over. Flip back. And there's your mountain. All right. So you take this little tear and tape. It's basically double-sided tape. Just get as thin as possible. I love these. I have so many of these. They come in like a 10-pack for really cheap. I get my stuff on Amazon. So it's very, very, very thin. You're just trying to keep the card together. So you put this on only on one side, and you put it in the inside of the fold, not on the outside. And it's easy to just tear off your fingers. There we go. So there's the tape, and then you're going to fold that down. And there we go. All right. Now for this, you're going to trim this. So I need to turn this around because remember it's on the score. Flip it around. Put this back down. You're going to trim just a little bit down here, down this whole line. So you trim very, 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 just very small amount. All right. Now, after you do that, you're going to take your hole puncher. You're going to make a very small trim. I'm going to take the, I'm done with this. I'm going to put this away. What I love about this is it just folds up. It's very easy to put it away. Absolutely love this. All right. Makes card cutting so much easier because I can't cut straight to save my life. All right, so here's your hole puncher. I do it upside down just to gauge where I want. You don't want a big hole. You just want just slightly enough to put your fingers in there. So about right here. So a little mark right here. So I'm going to put it under here. And this is very, very thick cardstock. So I'm going to gauge here, look at it, make sure it's even on both sides. Put a finger here, a little bit more on this side. You're going to make maybe about like that. So I'm going to flip this over because for me it's harder to do it upside down. Now that I got it set, and there we go. Perfect. Now it's done. And you can put your card in there. However, I don't like these little gaps here on the side. So you can put just a little bit of glue dots down here. Up or right up here. But I'm just going to put some little tearing tape. Alright, so there's one side. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to do that. I'm kind of bending the card. I got to be careful. It'd probably be better with the little glue dots. I don't have any of those right now. But just enough so the card don't slide out. So now you should be able to put your card in there. I have a card somewhere. I don't have one on me, but basically you put your gift card like this. And then fold it after you design it, and then just pull the card out. Isn't that cool? I love it. So let's go ahead and get our card designed real quick. So at the top, want a card here. And then at the bottom, let's see, I've got so many. I just cut a whole bunch for all these cards, top and bottom. Let's see what we want to do. I can do gold. Let's see. How about, let's do a, how about this? We'll do this, one of these. You do whatever you want. I have other little cardstock paper. Now this doesn't have to be as thick as the actual card. So you put this on here. I'm just going to use my dot runner on the back. And for the bottom, all right, there's the first one. And you may also want to not put this on right away if you're going to be stamping, because I've had where the stamp didn't turn out, and then I end up having to pull the card off or make a whole new card. So basically you may want to stamp first. I should have done that. Or I can go ahead and do something different, since I think I'll do something different than stamp. Let's kick. And I've got this adhesive tape that I put on my cardstock. It is so awesome. So when you're doing little small designs like this, you basically just peel it off like a sticker instead of having to glue it on. Intricate designs are very hard to glue on. I don't like doing it. I've done the spray and it doesn't turn out. So this is the adhesive on the back. If you see, it's really white. And I buy these off of Amazon, and this lasted forever because you don't have to use the whole sheet. You can just use it on, say you got extra cardstock. So basically they come like this. You just stick it on the back of your cardstock, and you'll be able to use it as a sticker. So let's go ahead and use a little sidekick. I've got my little tools here, the embosser and the die cut. So this is for embossing. It says right on there, embossing pad. And these are for die cutting. So you put them in between. Now this does have, it sticks to the table. I'm probably gonna see if I can just stick it to here. Yes, it sticks to here just because the reflection from the light. All right, so you take your cardstock with adhesive on the back of it, place this down together like a sandwich. So it's the pad, the cardstock, the die cut, and the pad, or plate, I should say. All right. There we go. This just loosens it up so when you peel it out, everything's not gonna stick together. So here, you see there's gonna be a sticker on the back of it versus you just cutting it out. Kind of like vinyl where you're weeding it. All right, I finally got it weeded. I had to pause for a minute. I had somebody come in and talk to me. So it's weeded. There's a sticky part. And instead of a stamp, I'm just going to use a sticker. Now this is very, very intricate, so you got to be careful with it. All right, well, there's the front. And I may just put a little tree right here. I'm going to have to put it way down, the tree down here though, because of the ribbon. So you have to be mindful of where the ribbon's going to go. That looks about right. Oh, that's going to be cute. So this is a peel and stick, I believe. No, it's not. This is the one I did a die cut on. So let me do the ribbon first. So we're going to do 20 inches. Now you can dovetail the ends. This one's going to be kind of hard because it's kind of velvety. You just fold it over and then cut on the fold. Fold in. Fold in. Then cut at an angle. And there's your little dovetail. All right, so what you're going to do is take your card and first you fold your ribbon in half. And here's the center. Find the center point. So that's about right here. Put this on the center. All right, then you take your dot runner. And then you flip it over. There we go. Then we just tie it up. All right, so let's go ahead and add my little tree. Do I want to add a tree? It looks kind of big. Let me see. Let me might add something different. We got so much more stuff in here. These are thick. You can do these on the outside, the thick ones. Ooh. Here's a little tree right there. Let's try that tree. He looks cute. And now these are stickies. I got these way on sale after Christmas for really, really, really cheap. So just little foam stickers is what they are. They're so cute. And I figure since I have the little leaf theme going on, I'll do a little leaf tree thing right here. Put that right in the middle. All right. Isn't that cute so far? All right, open it up. And we're going to put like a card in here with a stamp, but I'm not going to stamp it yet because I find out that sometimes the stamps don't work and you have to end up starting all over. And over here you can put another little design, or you can just put the to and from. So I think I'm just put the to and from. So I have my little to and from, and I have my ink pad. So put that right. See how it made a little mark? That's why you don't put it on right away. I don't like that. So I'm going to just flip it over. You don't have to throw this away. You can save it and flip it over and nobody will even know. I think I pressed too hard. Let's try this again. I'm not really good with stamps. That's a little bit better. And I'll put that right about there. Let it dry off a little bit. And remember, this is the back that I messed up on. I put a lot on because I don't want the cards falling off, especially if I sell them. And even if I don't sell them, I'm going to stay on there. And be careful what's on your fingers if you're using white and you're trying to go across and put it down like that. You may want to use cloth. So that part's done. We are almost done with this card making today. I would do more, but I'm running out of time. So this, I think I'll just do this little wish you Merry Christmas. I'm going to use red today, and this will match the ribbon. Kind of hard to see if I got ink on all of it. And I may put it up higher and put a little design on the bottom. You know, I could even do something. Oh, that'd be all right. Let's try this. Ooh, that turned out really well. It's even centered. So I'm going to add something to the bottom. So let's what we got in our little stickers here. We got candy canes. See what matches. We need something with the little tree on it, or something that can go with that, or just a little treat. Let's see if it will fold. I have not done these thick stickers on these, and I've never even done it. Yeah, it'll fold just right. Let's just put some candy here. Little candy. That cute. Now we gotta glue it down. that adorable? You could also put something up here if you wanted. How about that? That looks good. My very first Christmas card gift holder. And you just put your card in there. Then it folds in there like that, and then when they get it, they just pull it out. There you go. Thank you for watching, and have a Merry Christmas.